Ah, whew. All right. So I'm trying to do an automated or like a background thing, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and the app is very complicated, and I never research anything, so it may not turn out, and you may just have this crap behind me. Um, so I had this stuff come across my Twitter feed, and I don't know, advertisement of some sort. But interestingly enough, there was this study about something to the effect of why relationships fail, yada yada, and you go down the rabbit hole, you go from one thing to another, blah blah. And it's kind of interesting because there's a couple things that I hadn't ever considered would be at the top of the list. Ordinarily, when you think about a failed relationship, you're considering things like finance, infidelity, one person slept with a crackhead or is running around with some meth addict or something. Well, those things are on the list, but actually they didn't top the list. The two things at the top of the list that apparently, according to a few different studies, break up relationships are a difference in morality and values. Okay, so the morality thing I thought was kind of easy. We all have a moral compass. And it would be understandable if people were incompatible there. However, values was intriguing to me because what does that mean exactly? Personal values. And ironically enough, He Who Cannot Be Named did a podcast and touched on value. What is value, for example? And he posed a riddle that I thought was very interesting. And it's a bit crass, and I try and keep everything clean, as you know. So it was put something like this, and I'm paraphrasing, but let's just say you have two prostitutes and they are identical in every single way, shape, form, or fashion. Look the same, act as they're absolutely identical. They're clones, basically. Two identical prostitutes. One of them is $200 a night. The other one is $20,000 a night, right? Which one is higher value? That's the way the riddle was posed to me. And of course, my response is they're prostitutes. Neither one of them has any value, right? Okay. But that's one person's take on it. His point was, maybe someone can only afford the $200 prostitute, right? That's a value to them, so that's what they do. And even though the $20,000 a night prostitute is identical to the $200 a night prostitute, some idiot or number of idiots somewhere is going to spend the $20,000. It's just the way it is. Because they believe somehow that amount makes that prostitute of more value. It's just the way it is. So value is whatever somebody makes it. I just thought that was interesting, and it did remind me of a time as a a young child, a young man, I don't know, 13 or 14. You know, I grew up in a very religious household. And so one day we were out proselytizing away from seminary school. And we were downtown in this really seedy area. And there was what I understand now was a prostitute down there. And, you know, we were trying to teach, and this woman kept saying to my friend and I, hey, how about a quickie? $25 for a quickie. And we were just kids. I mean, we had no idea what that meant. So go back to seminary, and I asked Miss Decker, you know, I didn't know. I said, hey, Mother Superior, what is a quickie? And she takes a long drag off her cigarette and she says, same as it is downtown, kid. You got $25? But seriously, if she smokes, she pokes.